You are watching an Al Bear review. Cue the music.
What's going on, guys? I'm back with the How to Get Away with Murder review. Before we get into it, be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Last night episode freaked me out. I'm tired of my mind getting blown. I really am. Simply because we can never be right. We can never be right when it comes to this show. So, saying all that to say, I'm gonna get into it. And I can't watch the show live because I have to hit pause and rewind because I just be like, say what? Come again? You know what I'm saying? So that's just me. But anyways, I'm gonna just jump into it. The show kicks off with Annalise giving Tegan the envelope on Crawford that the governor gave her. And she asked is that's Emmett number or whatever. Tegan like, I'm not sure. So excuse me. So basically what's being presented to us is that Emmett Crawford, depends on who talking about him, that's his name. But anyway, he called the female guard minutes after Annalise quit. So after that, 2 hours later, or however long later, Nate Sr. was dead. Tegan goes on to say to Annalise, like, look, Emmett wouldn't kill someone just because, we quit. He ain't gonna go out and kill somebody that's, I guess, close to us. That ain't who he is. Tegan also says that maybe the governor is making this up. And also Crawford isn't the type of guy to put a hit out on somebody. So Annalise is just like, really, I don't know what to believe at this point. I invited this man to my home, introduced him to my mom, and we almost kissed. And she was like, it was after you left, I felt like, I needed something. He was there, XYZ. So Tegan was like, look, it's obvious that he's into you. You know what I'm saying? So Tegan basically goes on to tell Annalise, like, look here, use what your mama gave you to get whatever it is you're looking for out of Crawford. So then, we get a scene where Annalise, she getting sexy, like she put on a little lingerie, or maybe she was just getting dressed. I don't know. So moving on, I guess later on, the next day, Annalise, she arrives to work, and she goes straight to Emmett or Crawford office to have a conversation. Basically he brings up the kids, and he was just like, it was just a moment. You don't have to worry about it. Pretend that it didn't happen. And Annalise like, nah, what if I wanted to happen? And Crawford was like, look, I've already had, a misconduct case here. I'm not trying to have another one. Let's just keep it professional. And Annalise was like, oh, so, you can't stop being this firm little bitch boy that, it's long enough for you to see what me and you got going on. And she just stormed out. You know what I'm saying? So she basically called him out. So, which I didn't have an issue with because he obviously likes her, you know what I'm saying? And if you watch the episode, you know what happened. So I'm kind of rooting for, I hate to say it, y'all, I'm rooting for the jungle fever this time. I hate to say it, but I gotta say it. So moving on, Bonnie, she shows up to them damn kids' apartment, basically saying, look, we got to get all of his computer back from the FBI. And basically the kids over there studying for their finals. So she was like, look, if y'all don't get this computer back, y'all ain't gotta worry about graduating because it ain't gonna happen. So, they writing up a motion to, present to the judge and get the laptop back. And then she asked where Laurel is because Laurel is missing. And Michaela was like, oh, Cristobal, he had an appointment. She took a baby to the doctor. So from there, we go straight to a meeting with the female FBI agent. I do not know this woman's name. It's too hard for me to even spell, try to remember all of that. So she walks into like an interrogation room with Laurel. And Laura basically thinks, not Laura, the agent, she thinks Laura is there to give her some information about the Miller investigation and says that, she's trying to get something on Miller, basically. And Laura was like, no, I'm here about this strange phone calls I keep getting. I think it's my mom. She could be her trying to reach out to me since you guys put her in witness protection. I know my dad is not going to go away quietly. So the agent was like, look, I can help you out, but you got to give me some on Annalise, and I'll offer you the same immunity deal that I offer her. And Laura looked shocked like she didn't know about this immunity deal when Annalise, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Annalise told all of them verbatim that, you know, the FBI wanted to talk to her and they offered her a deal. Or maybe she just told Frank. But either way, Annalise, it don't matter. She saved y'all too many times for you to even, you know, second guess her. So moving on, Annalise goes and visits Nate, gives Nate the information about on Emmett, like basically, this is who killed your father. So he asked her how did she get it, and she said the governor. And so obviously that raised questions because we all know the governor and Annalise, the governor lied to her before just to get out of the way or whatever the case is. And so anyway, so Annalise says that maybe she's framing, well, she was like, she's doing the exact same thing that she would do. Frame someone else other than her. And Nate was just like, or maybe she's just telling the truth. And I'm just, at this point, I'm just like, Nate, no. You came there to say it was the governor now, so we riding with you. You know, we ain't switching up here. You feel what I'm saying? Bonnie done lost her future husband. It's the governor. Point, hands down. So anyways, he starts to read a letter that his dad and Annalise's mom was writing each other that was given to him, basically saying a lawyer visited him and wanted him to fire Annalise. And he didn't, and they both feel like it's Crawford at this point. I'm just like, see, I hate this because now we pointing at Crawford. We pouring that Crawford all because the governor don't want to go down. But you know what? It's cool. We're going to keep, you know, we're going to stick with the review. So moving on, Nate goes to visit one of the guards that work at the prison or whatever, trying to get information on all the visitors that his dad had that week or whatever. And, you know, basically the guy gave him all he can give him, which was, I believe, like a photo or something. I don't know. So he asked the guy, look, I need surveillance tapes. I need everything. And the guy was like, I can't. And Nate was just like, what's your price? So he gives Annalise a call, like, this is the price. And Annalise was like, good God. And so Nate was like, you the one sitting up there making all that money at that doggone firm. You paying this. We getting to the bottom of this. So Annalise agreed to it, but only after he delivers the goods. So I believe at first he just gave him like a list, a sign-in sheet of visitors or something like that. So moving on, Gabriel, he go to visit Annalise, telling Annalise that his mama trying to come visit and coming to her for some help on what he should do. And Annalise was like, look, I done saved you, but one time that's your business. I don't care. I'm sorry. But anyways, so he goes on and I'm gonna tell her the truth. Apparently, mama don't know that he transferred there and yada, yada, yada. And Annalise like, you tell the truth if you want to, she's gonna go back to snorting pills. You know what I'm saying? I just love how cold she be with it. I just love it. So he go on and start talking about somebody he just feels so alone. He don't really know. He don't like this feeling. And she's like, welcome to adulthood. And I was just like, see, this is my problem with these damn kids. It don't matter when they write one in. It don't matter. They all feel like some entitlement to support. You grown. You got to do things on your own. You got to figure out things on your own. Like, your mama can't be with you every step of the way. Like, come on. So these kids be pissing me off because, like I said, they feel like they are entitled to somebody being there so they can lean on their shoulder. Like, no, you grown. You're a grown man. You know what I'm saying? Figure out some things for yourself. That's just how it is. So moving on, Annalise goes to meet up with Michaela. Basically telling Michaela, like, do whatever. I mean, whatever you got to do to make sure that he don't invite his mama. And y'all know what I mean when I say whatever. So anyway, she shows at the Gabriel apartment saying that she there to study because the other children don't want to study for Annalise final or whatever the case is. By the way, we ain't seen no scene that was in the school in a long time, so I'm glad they kind of mentioned something about school because not that I care, but let's make sure everything is realistic, guys. So moving on, Bonnie and the children, they working on the motion for the laptop, and Bonnie in the bathroom or whatever. Laura comes out. Not in the bathroom. Bonnie in the living room, and Laura comes home, and she asks Bonnie why she here and covers up her baby face so he couldn't see Bonnie or whatever. So they tell Laura what they're doing. And Laura was like, should we just continue to keep poking the bear? We know the FBI agent is suspended, but if we keep poking the bear, only bad things can happen. So whatever, they come up with this whole idea that Oliver should represent himself. And Connor was just like, no, I'm his husband. I can be his codependent and I can represent him and yada, yada, yada. A whole bunch of nonsense right there, right? All right, so moving on, Tegan pays a visit to Crawford. And he asking her about this whole Jane Doe email. And of course, she denies. She do what we do best. We lie. Say it wasn't true. She ain't that stupid. Says that it's just, somebody trying to frame her. So she also goes as far as, because he asked why didn't she tell him. And she said she didn't tell him about the email because she was afraid of this moment. And, him calling, questioning, yada, yada, yada. And she just like, look, I ain't that stupid. I ain't snitching on none of our clients. Like, that's just unethical. That's something I just would not do. So he tells her that he's deciding to pursue a job outside the firm and that she deserves and she wants his job. And, he says that basically he'll make sure that email never see the daylight again. And he'll talk to the board about, moving her into his position or whatever the case is. And she, as she was leaving, she asked, is the other job he's, looking at is a competing firm. He answered the question. But we find the answer to the question when she goes to meet up with Annalise. And she tells Annalise that Crawford is planning on running to be district attorney. And basically this whole plan so he can protect himself from going to jail for killing Nate Sr. And Tegan like, no wonder why you be drinking your behind to death. Like, this it's just crazy. So at this point, I'm just like, welcome to our world, Tegan. You see what we have to deal with. At least you don't have to deal with them kids on top of all of this, because it will drive somebody that want to have a couple of drinks. So moving on, Gabriel gets a text while him and Michaela is studying. You know what? I don't even want to talk about that. I don't even care about this scene. Basically he called her out saying Annalise sent her there just to lie. I don't even care about them two. So moving on, Laura, she still got that damn blanket under the bed. And as she's looking at the blanket with the blood on it, she thinking about this whole immunity deal. And then she put the blanket in her purse or whatever and leaves. Like, she tell the baby, like, I'm gonna leave you here with your uncles, yada, yada, yada. I gotta protect us or whatever. And as she leaving, she runs into Bonnie coming out the bathroom. And Bonnie was like, let me holler at you, girl. She said, look here, I wasn't protected as a child. So I feel horrible and I'll never be able to forgive myself because I hurt Chris the ball and I'm sorry and all that good stuff. And I guess that kind of slowed Laura down with her thinking. So, look, I want Laura to snitch because you know why? If you snitch, you gonna be the next person that die. Now think about that before you gonna run and tell the FBI anything. You feel me? So now we in the courtroom. And this whole thing just turned into a mess. And the judge asked them why they represent themselves, they need counsel, yada, 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 yada. So long story short, the motion to get their laptop back is denied. Long story short, the judge ruled in favor of the FBI. She was like, look, what y'all talking about ain't really talking about nothing. The FBI can keep their laptop as long as they need, yada, yada, yada. So anyways, moving on, Annalise, she calls Nate because Nate sent her a photo of a guy that looks like Emmett from the back talking to his dad. And basically they were just like, the governor was right about it being, it being Emmett. So all that good stuff and all that good stuff. So hold on. Yeah, so Nate, so anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So Nate sends Annalise the photo. Let me back up. Emmett, y'all know how these scenes be switching up on the show. Give me a break, So Emmett comes into Annalise's office and tells her that she's right about him always been a little bi, with the firm. And he does want to take her to dinner and when can they go to dinner? And she says tonight. So, that's that. So anyways, moving on. Frank, he gives Laurel a number that basically is the number that's been calling her, and she calls the number in like some Chinese or Spanish language, started talking, and basically the number is disconnected. So at this point, she just want to know what's going on, like, is this her dad or whoever the case is? And Frank throws out that it could be her brother, hint, hint. But basically Frank like, look, don't worry about none of that. I know we ain't together. I know I ain't Cristobal's daddy, but he's my guy. I'll kill an army of your family just to make sure that he's okay, that he good. So Frank also said, look, maybe this is a time when we should do nothing. And that's my issue. Sometimes as adults, you gotta know when to fall back. You can't address everything even though you want to, because sometimes it ain't, some stuff just not meant to be addressed. It's just a distraction. It's just to throw your mental, well-being off. Like, you cannot address every single thing, little girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, just chill out. You got a killer assassin as your ride or die. So just chill out. You got somebody that's gonna kill for you. You got a lawyer that's gonna lie and do whatever she got to do to make sure you don't end up in jail. So you need to just play your, stay in your place and just vibe. You know what I'm saying? Just be a mama and a law student. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting a little emotional right now. Let me calm down. Calm down, Al. Jeez. So anyways, moving on. Annalise goes to visit Tegan. She let Tegan know about her date with Crawford, and Tegan like, you can't go with him. He's a killer. Yada yada yada. And Annalise like, look here. Well, before we get there, Tegan lets us know that she called in a favor. She had Crawford phone records pulled up by her ex-girlfriend. That's a genius, you know what I'm saying? They let us know. And basically it shows that Crawford did made the phone call, and Tegan tells Annalise they know you can't go out with him, and Annalise like, I want to look him in the eye and know what he all about. So anyways, now we at date night. So Annalise, she's staring at him in slow motion. Like, she just staring at him like, good, SOBITCH, and all the other words. So she ends up ordering him a double scotch, tell the waiter to keep him coming. She was like, look, you gonna drink. You know what I'm saying? Because a drunk, when you're sober, you're loud. A drunk mind, you know what I'm saying? They tell the truth all the time. You feel what I'm saying? So he also goes on just like, he's nervous because he really likes her and all this type of stuff like that. So moving on, we're going to skip the whole Gabriel and Michaela scene because I just don't care that much about it. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, they get into a whole fight, yada, yada, yada. He said that the reason that he want to stay, not go back, is because he don't believe what happened to Sam, and she make up this story. I know I already addressed it too much. Moving on. So, at date night, Emmett is talking about his family, how, he come from this, that, and the third, how everything was just laid out, how his life was just basically mapped out for him. So, he tells Annalise that he's thinking about taking a new job, and she just comes out with him like, oh, so you running for, district attorney. So he was just like, I was going to tell you at dessert. I haven't planned. She asked me how long he's been planning this. And he was just like, not long, but I want your approval because it means a lot to me. And next thing you know, she just started going off on the man. I'm talking about Annalise started reading this man, telling him that, he can't cover up his skeletons and with a big boy job. And, they just started getting into this altercation. And he just goes like, you can't be running away a man that really care about you. And I feel you, dog. I feel Emmett on that with women. Hey, let me take a second. I look here now. Hey, now I know Emmett, got the jungle fever, and she, vice versa, the jungle fever floating around. But when you find somebody that genuinely care about you, you know what I'm saying? I know, given the circumstances, he's a suspected murderer, killer. But don't be pushing nobody away now. Women, now y'all know. Now y'all can't be, both of us can't be pushing nobody away. Men push a good thing away quick. Now both of us just can't. I just had to throw it out there real quick. Now let me get off that boat. So moving on, Annalise, because she had to walk down today. She at home drinking. Nate shows up y'all know how these scenes go. So then Nate shows up at Bonnie's house to let her know about Emmett, the one that's responsible for killing his dad. But he don't want to rule out Miller yet. Because obviously Bono also wasn't Miller. Bonnie, let me tell you something, Bonnie. Look, the deed is done. He pushing up there. He dead. Look, just keep it moving, shawty. I ain't gonna kill nobody, but from the killers that I be seeing is out here, look, just keep it moving, shawty. So anyways, he basically tells her that he needs her help of getting a surveillance video because he can't get it, and the only person who can get it is him. It's her because she got some dirt on the warden, so she goes and meets up with the warden like, look, I just want to let you know that the DA downtown is investigating you for corruption. And he was like, hell no, I ain't do that. So she was like, hell yeah, you did. Listen to this recording that you talking to Miller. So he gives away, what we looking for. So anyways, moving on, Bonnie, basically she gets the tape. So anyways, like I said, moving on, Connor is at home, them kids at home. he going off to Oliver about all the judges had it in for me, like yada yada yada. She wasn't listening to that. So Oliver was like, look, we tried it your way, now we're gonna try it my way. I'm finna hack the judge's credit card so we can argue the same motion over the same case, because apparently some legalities allow you to do it if you find some technicalities and whatever. So basically he finds a huge wine bill that was like $100 and something bucks. So that means she was drinking the time the warrant was served. So now we back in court. Oliver's at the arguing that the judge was basically let me get my wording right. Oliver was arguing inappropriety. That's the word. When it came to the judge. And so basically he was like, she signed the warrant while at a wine bar. Maybe she was drinking, maybe she wasn't, but she still signed the warrant. And he goes on to say that she should worry about her appearance, when it comes to the public, because who knows, she don't want the public to be saying that she corrupt XYZ. Y'all know how this thing go. So then the prosecutor, cocky behind over there, some judge, were you or were you not drinking? We all know you weren't, so just say no. So she said, I was, and because I was, that I have to rule in favor of the Mr. Oliver. So the FBI has to turn over the computer immediately. She gives Oliver credit for holding her accountable, and hopefully that everybody else in the courtroom can be held accountable. Now, I'm gonna be real with you. Oliver did his thing. But I ain't no fan of Oliver showing, becoming a lawyer on this show. He is a geek tech guy. He did his job. He just basically said, husband, you ruined it last time. You won't ruin it this time. Basically, that's what he said. So I ain't here, I'm fine with Oliver, because like I said, analysts know how to use Oliver. Oliver go hack this. Oliver go hack that. Come back to me with what you found, and I'm going to go argue. But, that's basically what it was. The husband didn't know how to use his own husband. That's basically what it was. So moving on, I believe we're getting close to the end of the show. So the kids get back home. Oliver's going through his laptop. Ashley go to check on Michaela about to after the fight with you. Okay, whatever. Let me skip that part. Yada yada yada. We don't care about them two. So Connor calls everybody in the room. Was like, look, Oliver got this program that takes a pic of anybody trying to get into his encrypted files, and so he sees a picture of the FBI female agent. Don't know her name. But they also see the big board in the background that I've been using as my backdrop these past couple episodes, and that basically they all done got damn scared because they feel like the FBI know everything about who killed who. And so obviously they call Annalise. And Annalise, look, as a great lawyer, she always cool, calm, collected. She tells them, y'all, if y'all don't calm down, if they had any real evidence, see, all that is just speculation, theories, hypothesis, etc. If they had any real evidence, everybody be in jail. Chill out. That's why they trying to tell chill out, chilling. See, what I'm saying? This is why a child got to stay in child play. And a child could be in a grown person's body, and obviously all of them chilling. They you freaking out for what? For what? They ain't got no evidence. That's what. Come on now. So Annalise get knocks at the door and tell them damn kids, look, I call y'all ass. Excuse me. She said, I call y'all back later. And it's Emmett, he comes storming in, saying, I didn't kill that man. So he tells Annalise that, he know that, they think he killed the man because he bugged T in office. And he also said, Annalise, look, you're too smart to believe the governor. She done played you once, she done played you twice. So basically, this pretty much show about to get ready to go off. So the scenes start going back and forth. And this is where it started getting real hectic. So moving on, the kids talking about leaving the country, and they was like, we ain't got no money, yada. So Laura was like, maybe we can go to the FBI and I can negotiate our immunity. That heifer got to die. Somebody need to put two in the head right now. I'm just sick of it. If you don't you dare try to snitch on Annalise as much as she done helped everybody, in all these damn kids. Y'all so ungrateful. You see, snitches, I know what snitch mean. And if you know what snitch mean. Words, I quote Pusha T. Sorry, Negro, I'm trying to come home. That's what snitching mean. Sorry, Negro, I'm time to come home. You ain't locked up. So ain't no reason for you to even worry about snitching. That's number one and most important. So anyway, let me keep moving on. So then the FBI agent, later she shows at the Gabriel apartment saying that she'll tell him who killed his father. She trying to plan. Because how can you tell him who killed his father if they're not arrested? Gabriel, I hope you smart enough to even to see through this bull. I hope so. Then Annalise shows Crawford proof of the call that he made between him and the female guard. He was like, this fake. This is, I can't explain this, but it's fake. So she asked him why meet with Nate Sr. in jail. He was like, I ain't meet with no damn Nate Sr. Like, what is you talking about, woman? So then moving on, we see Bonnie, Frank, Nate watching the surveillance tape. Then we go back to Crawford arguing with Annalise, saying he felt so alive that he was going on a date with her. But it was all a game to her. She wasn't serious. He also says that she can't recognize a good man when he in front of her. And I hate to say at this point, now, bro, right. I didn't see the outcome of the show, but I did think, I thought bro was guilty too now. But y'all know if you watch the show, he was wrong for thinking he was guilty because it's never what our first instinct. So moving on, the kids get a knock at the door and it's a package for Laura. I'm thinking it's a bomb. Don't open it, Hevel. Moving on, Annalise goes off on Emmett Crawford saying that he let fear control his life. Yada, yada, yada. And she also says that she believes that he did, kill Nate Sr. He think the words belong to him and he going down and, doing, y'all know what she was doing. So moving on, Bonnie and Frank and Nate looking at the tape. They see the man who was with Nate Sr. He turns around and everybody, Nate was like, I ain't never seen him before. Bonnie was like, I ain't never seen him before. But Frank was like, I know exactly who that is. So then Laura opens up the box and it is her mama's hair from her scalp, which is weird and creepy. So now her mama dead. So then Nate picks up the phone and called Annalise and was like, it ain't Emmett that killed my daddy. The lawyer in the photo is Laura's brother Xavier. And I just like, Lord, see, this is why I can't do it with this show. I can't. They supposed to be wrapping the show up next season, but I don't see how. First of all, why even write Laura's brother into the script? We don't know him. We don't even care about him. We want her to die. Her mama dead. She need to follow her mama and die. Get killed. That's first most important. Second of all, y'all seen the previews for next week. Crawford to go down. They coming to arrest Crawford. The governor that got all the things set up. So they let me know the governor and Laura's little brother working together. So now it got me to question when they gonna reach out to Laura and say hop on this train so we can take down who we need to take down for your immunity. I can't stand it. At least I just got my blood pressure going up now because I at least be able to predict something, right? I can't predict like Laura, brother. Who seen that coming? Who? Come on, man. Look here, man. I don't even know what to say. Look at you. Y'all got some theories out there? Let me know. Because at this point, I'm lost. I'm lost in the sauce big time. Big bad. You know what I'm saying? So, great episode. Great ending. Great twist. I can't wait the next week. The season finale almost here, man. Y'all look here. Y'all let me know what y'all think going on. But in the meantime, that's all I got. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And we out of here until next time, fellas. Well, not fellas, but everybody.